That is a cool machine, guys. Very cool. Just pulled up here to HQ. They are running the fiber today. Come on. Looks like they've already went from the shed out there. I need one of those Traco things right there that buries the line. We found the water line. That is cool stuff right there. It buries it 16 inches in the ground, just drives, and he's following with the little mini X, kind of packing down where he digs. Pack it down. Really cool. Work it, work it, work it. I need me one of those on the mountain, both of them. That's the target. One of the cool things about video and all of these processes, guys, is it gives me actually video evidence of where all these lines are. Even though I have been keeping up with a little diagram map of where all these lines are and how deep and everything, being able to reference the videos, that's a good asset. That is a cool machine, guys. Very cool. So now they got to do a little digging right there, attach the wire, and then fill in where they was looking for the water. They actually told me that the water was 5 foot off the mark for where it should be, the main water line running down the road there. So it took them a minute to find that. but it's kind of cool that he goes right behind, packs everything up. As you see, they just went across the road, but he went ahead and packed it all right back down. Same thing with the line. As you can see, they had a hard time finding the water. Cool. All right, guys, they're gone. They're gone. Have a little bit of mud out here from all the rain that we got yesterday. We're supposed to get some more this evening. But as you can see, they ran it right past the water line. And right here is the new cable box on there, and they've already got the cable. Now I'm going to be waiting on the actual installers to come in and put the modem and all of that stuff in. I don't know when that's going to happen. Probably this week, I'm sure. But it was pretty cool to watch them kind of do this, and the way they did it. That machine was absolutely phenomenal. It puts it 16 inches under the ground and only leaves about a hole about that big. And then they use the tracks on both equipment to kind of run and to pack it down and to fill it. You could barely tell that they dug a 16-inch trench all the way down the property. And the grass will take back over that, and it'll be a done deal. They told me that the hardest part that they dealt with was the water line, being that it was 5 foot off of what the maps showed that it should be. But we are one step closer to fiber here at HQ. They did go ahead and pack this up. Let me see. I really wish they would have left that ditch dug out just a little bit more, because now that's just going to be a low spot. I'm going to end up having to dig that out myself. But right there where that blue is where the water line was supposed to be, and it ended up being way back here. Or right in that area right there. But you can see where they kind of went out through here and went on down to the pedestal right down there. It was cool to watch also where he hit some of the like big rocks or something up underneath there, how he would wiggle the little knife cutting end of it to kind of get it to keep going. Pretty cool, pretty cool. It's kind of like a ditch witch on steroids, because it feeds the cable down as it goes. I bet they could run a ton of cable in a day. But it's definitely pretty exciting. We are one step closer, guys, to having this major project that I started out here 2 months ago to completion with power, water, and fiber. That is the 3 big things, guys, for sustainability. And we're almost there at HQ. This is going to be a great resource for the future. Kind of wished I had all of this up on the mountain, but that's a whole nother animal. A lot of money. It's over $30,000 just to bring electric to the mountain, so that's never going to happen. But it's nice to be able to have a resource down here to where I could do all of my work in YouTube and shop and stuff like that, and still be able to have those kind of features if needed. They did eat up my what's happening just a little bit here, but there was no way to avoid that with as muddy as it is here. I'm just glad that they came out and did it. Me and Uber can fix that with no problem. And as you can see, the dirt is settling from the water line pretty good. Once I bring in all that fill dirt out here to raise up the level a little bit, we'll get all of that situated. Whew, I've been running around like a chicken without a head trying to keep up with all the properties and to keep everything moving forward in all the different locations. It's been a whirlwind, guys. And on top of it, I got a guest that's about to be staying here at HQ. Pops is actually coming into town and wanting to put the camper here at HQ. Now that I got fiber, water, and electric out here, it's a perfect place for him to set up. I have had a couple of loads of rock brought in, guys, and I'm going to end up leveling this section out right here today and building a rock pad right here by the electric and the water to be able to park campers here. And yes, I know I need to take that down and to put a new tarp up there because I don't have the funds nor the time to put a new roof on yet, and I'm planning on doing a lean-to off of this side here to be able to park an RV up underneath for future guests in the future. And I need to build a knee wall up there and redo this whole roof in order to do that. I do not have time to get that done before winter, so I will be putting a new tarp. I've already got it up on the roof there to get me through the winter until I'm ready to take on that project. But for the time being, I can go ahead and level this out and get the rock pad put in place. So he's got a nice little place to set up. He's actually going to be here for quite a while. There's actually some big news coming up on that as well. Yeah. And it'll also add security here at HQ for me. So it's a win-win. All right, guys. Well, I've already got Uber brought out here. I did that last night and got the bucket on and the box blade. We're going to go ahead and start leveling out, and then we'll start moving some rock. All right, I got all the low spots situated. I took a lot of dirt from out there where we had that big old brush pile, leveled in this low spot right here and scraped this out a little bit. I don't have loppers and stuff out here to deal with this up against the shed, but I will end up doing some weed killing and stuff right there as well, and bringing out some loppers. Eventually, like I said, there'll be a lean-to over here, so grass won't grow in here anyways, but it is what it is. All right, so the next step is what we're gonna do is get some of this stuff picked up around here, and then we're gonna start moving rock and start making the pad.
Hell, I come 40,000 miles over here to see what them pretty little lips gonna do to me, baby. But every single time that I come around, it seems you got another man trying to keep you down, baby. Well, you might think
All right, guys, that took a little bit of doing, but I got it. Unfortunately, it took all the rock that I had for fixing these low spots in the driveway, but we'll deal with that later. But I got a nice little pad here. I made it extra wide so we could park the camper close to the shed right there and still have a little bit of rock out here to be able to set chairs out and stuff like that and hang out like a hare and a biscuit. Like I said, I'll take some weed killer and some loppers and get this along the shed. Just don't have that kind of stuff with me right now. I brought a bunch of dirt in from over there to fill in this low spot right here. Raise this up quite a bit. Eventually, I want to put more rock right here and all the way down there to widen this area out quite a bit for parking and also being able to turn trailers and all of that. And gonna have to bring in some dirt right there where we put the water line. It's packed in now and it's got a little belly in it, but definitely looks good. Made some good progress here. Now we gotta go get Pops' camper. Let's go get it. All right, guys, made it to my new destination. Look at the little cute camper. It's Pops' camper, guys. Pops is gonna be staying at HQ for a little while. Me and Gary got it all set up, hooked up to the truck. That pad y'all see me working on earlier, it's for this little camper right here. I honestly thought the camper was a little bigger. It's gonna be a big pad. But, yeah, but it's all set up. We're gonna get that moved over there, get it set up for Pops. I gotta go out of town here in a couple of days, so I'm trying to get all of this done before I leave. Got a million things going on, guys. Y'all know how I do it. 700 fire irons in the fire at one time. But I make it happen.
I feel that one.
I make it happen.
There's his keys there.
Got the keys. All right, guys, we're gonna get on the road and we'll go back to HQ and get this set up. All right, guys, we made it back to HQ successfully. So this is basically gonna be the little setup right here. Got a nice rock area in the front right there where you can put his little canopy out and have a nice place to set some chairs up. Got it rocked all the way around so you don't have to worry about water. So we're gonna go ahead and get this off the truck and get it set up, and then see about getting power and water and all that stuff hooked up to it. Sun will start setting here in about an hour and a half. It's been a long day. Now we're gonna set some electric up. Putting a 50 amp in and a 20 amp, and put 2 plugs and a 50 amp to be able to hook campers up, stuff like that, and also to be able to hook the welder up out here if I need to weld a little something. Not putting electric inside the building yet because I'm not ready for that, because I still got to put the studs and all that up in there before I run the wire and all of that. So right now it's about getting some power out here at the pole. That way I can run an extension cord inside to power inside for now until I'm ready to frame out the inside. Don't bug me about it. It's going to be winter. It's my winter project, guys. I'm trying to get me an indoor project for the winter so I don't freeze my booyaka off.